Best friends Rick and Fred have stale marriages with their wives, Grace and Maggie. They talk about how much they miss being single, so Grace and Maggie give them a hall pass for a week, in which they can do whatever they want. Rick and Fred try to pick up women with their friends, while Maggie and Grace decide they should also get hall passes. On day 1 of Hall Pass week, Rick and Fred decide to eat before going to a local bar, but become too tired after eating to stay out longer. On day 2, they eat hash brownies and play golf, but they get too high and wreak havoc on the golf course. On day 3, Rick and Fred go to a pub with their friends, but fail to impress the women there. They get drunk to loosen up, but end up in a pub fight. On day 4, they suffer the hangovers from day 3. On day 5, Rick visits his favorite coffee shop, where he flirts with the attractive waitress named Leigh, infuriating her coworker Brent, who wants her for himself. Rick and Leigh later meet at her gym, and she invites him to a beer after they work out. Meanwhile, Grace and Gary get closer, and Maggie finds herself attracted to Gary's coach. On day 6, Rick and Fred go to a bar, where Rick meets his children's babysitter Paige, who has just turned 21 and is partying with her aunt Meg. Paige is attracted to Rick, but he turns her down to dance with Leigh. Later, Rick is partying while Fred takes a girl to his hotel room. However, she feels sick and is taken home in a taxi by Fred before anything happens. Later that evening, Meg shows up at the room and, mistaking Fred for Rick, seduces him. Meanwhile, Gary's coach tries to seduce Maggie, but she turns him down. Grace, on the other hand, has sex with Gary, but tells him that she can't see him again. He agrees, saying she is too old for him. She has a car accident on her way home because she feels guilty about cheating on Fred. At Hoechling's house, Leigh offers Rick casual sex. Rick, to his surprise, declines her, saying that he loves Maggie too much to cheat on her. Rick learns of Grace's accident and rushes to the hotel to tell Fred. He meets Paige in the lobby, who believes he is having sex with Meg. They walk into the room and see Fred with her. After hearing about Grace's accident, Fred tries to go to the hospital, but instead finds Brent destroying what he thinks is Rick's car out of jealousy over Leigh. When Brent believes Fred has had sex with Meg, his mother, he tries to kill him. Rick and Fred are chased by Brent and the police to the hospital, where Brent is arrested. Rick returns home to Maggie. He admits to her that he did not use the hall pass, and that she is the only woman he has ever been with. Maggie, moved, tells him that she too did not use her hall pass, and they reconcile and have sex for the first time in months. Fred and Grace reconcile and agree to follow the hall pass rule of not disclosing. However, Fred ultimately reveals that he had sex with Meg. During the credits, Fred throws a barbecue and pays Kathy Griffin to attend. Gary's wife suggests giving him a hall pass. Gary then imagines the entire scenario going wrong in his head, but shrugs it off and agrees to give it a shot. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.